guys, it's Style Daily TV. Today we are going to focus on how to prepare this. This is called cassava tuber. So these are cassava tubers here. How to prepare them to bring out what we call tapioca. So if you are an African, you will understand what I mean. In fact, this video is a requested video from one of my subscribers who actually asked me to prepare tapioca because this is a stable kind of snack for majority of Africans. They eat this tapioca during the hot weather, like during the summer, like we're expecting summer now. Most of us over here, we are missing out on this stable snacks because it's so interesting, so delicious. It's a stable snack back in Africa, but because of those of us over here in the Western world, we don't tend to have the opportunity to prepare this. So one of my subscribers asked me to prepare this so that she can learn how to prepare it. So right now I'm going to show you how to bring it to a tapioca level where you can soak it in water and then you can eat it. So let's start. So we'll start. These are cassava tubers. That's what you use in making them. Okay, some people call this the process, the end product of what we're going to do with this cassava, some people call it tapioca in English actually, and then in traditional level some call it jibommiri, some call it abacha, and so many names. Some call it bogari. There are so many names. So we're going to prepare it so that you can learn how to do it. So we start by peeling off the skin. The cassava has hard skin. Fortunately enough, some people still eat the skin. They process the skin, boil it and then soak it in water and eat it. But I think we should concentrate on the tubers today. If you live in Africa, you will understand the uses of cassava as a whole. Cassava is used to produce so many kind of food in so many ways that people can have varieties to eat. This same cassava is what is used, is processed, and then you produce fufu, which people swallow with soup. Some areas in Africa, some states in Africa cook their one and eat it the way they eat yam. In fact, the uses of cassava is it cannot be it has no rival. There are so many uses of cassava according to different areas in Africa and their own culture, the way they use cassava. So I remember when I was very small, when we traveled to the village, my grandmother will present this to us well prepared. Even with the tapioca, there are still ways. After the tapioca, there is still another process where you can prepare it again. It has long chain process. So right now I'm done with the peeling, so it's in water, cold water. I'm going to wash it very well. I'm doing it here so that you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to start popping them into boiling water. As you can see, let me adjust my camera so you can see. That's my pot here. The water is boiling, so I'm going to start popping it into the water, boiling water. Guys, one thing about boiling this cassava to make tapioca is that you will not allow it, you do not allow it to overcook. If it overcooks, it becomes too soft. Because what we're going to do now is that after the boiling, once it's ready, once they are ready, I'm going to scoop them all out, and I'm going to start slicing them. So we'll follow the process one at a time. So right now, as you can see, they are in hot water. So we're going to give it time to boil. Apparently, someone may ask, how do I know when to get it down from the pot or from the fire? Once it starts boiling, and you will notice that the middle of the cassava will kind of split open. Once you notice that the middle has split open, you turn off your gas cooker. You take it down, put it down, turn off the fire. Then you know it's ready. Okay. So guys, as you can see, I've scooped it out from the water and it's ready now. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to start slicing them. Though they'll be hot, I'll try. So this is the way it goes. You start slicing it with the knife. You have to make the slices to be very thin and not to be thick. The reason is, after the slicing, I'm going to soak them in water, and I'll soak them in water overnight. The following morning I'll wash them and they'll be ready to be eaten. So if you don't slice them very lightly, if they are too thick, you're not really going to get the vibe of the abacha or the jibon mini, as people call it in different names. So as you can see, the way I'm doing it is very simple. Just slice it to be very thin. Look at that. And you're going to carry on until you finish all of it. So I'm going to get back to you once I'm done with that. Now the tapioca is ready. Like I said, once it splits into two, you can see it has split into two from the middle, means it's ready. So I'm going to scoop it out in a bowl. So guys, I finished slicing the cassava, the boiled cassava, and this is how it looks. I finished the slicing. The next thing I'm going to do now is to run cold water on it, and I will leave it overnight to soak in. Guys, the tapioca has been served. This is the outcome of it. You can see it's in cold water, ready to be eaten with the peanuts. So apparently you can eat it with the peanuts, or you can eat it with coconut. Depends on your preference. This is very yummy on a very hot weather. When you eat it, your body will be very cool, very enjoyable. And then you pick some of this. You eat the two together. Nice.